You already hit the button?
I already hit the button.
I feel like we should have this conversation in our office where we normally do it.
We
sit in our chairs like they're couches.
we need to do that sometime. We need to do it at like my house or your house or Liz's house.
Gun?
And what?
Do you need your gun?
No, I have a gun.
Yep. Oh.
I have a gun.
I need the paper. I got the paper.
Yeah, you need papers. Show me your papers. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Saturday at the range.
Hey, what did you make the title? You never actually told me. We got distracted.
I think I made the title, Do You Trust Reviews? Let's Talk Holsters.
Okay.
So, I have a couple holsters on me. Whoa. I'm decked out. Vinny's decked out with his. I just showed everybody your crotch, Vinny.
You're welcome.
I hope your mom's not watching.
Sorry, Peggy.
So, welcome to an unusual Saturday morning for us to go live. We have some time this morning, and Vin and I know it is very strange. We don't have an Elizabeth to get my spot ready though. Hold on, let's see if Vinny can do this. Hold on. See how confused. Okay, Vinny.
Oh, I'm so proud of myself.
Wait, you don't have a small of the back holster.
I do need one of those.
You do.
I chose to push on the only one that actually
It goes all the way to the back, so you failed.
failed epically.
Good job, Vinny. Look at you go.
I know. Nailed it.
Perfect.
Nailed it. You need a small back holster.
Rich,
Good
good morning.
Against my spine.
Gordon, good morning.
Oh, hello, guys.
Rich, it is not. I did not clean the gun. Sorry. Rich was watching a video the other day, and I was talking about the new MR920P, and I don't even remember what I showed. I think I maybe just showed that the gun was clear, and we're in the wrong spot here. No. We got to fix this. Where are you going? You're supposed to be in front of me. It's weird because it's just
the two of us.
Yeah, because it's usually we have Liz here, but
There, now I'm sorry.
you need to.
Sorry, Liz.
You need to fix your hair. Anyway, I don't know. I showed something on my gun, and Rich happened to be on, and he's like, "I'm not even on the camera. Why is this so strange? How is this harder to do with 2 people than with 3 people?"
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Anyway, Rich could see that my gun was dirty, and then people started giving me a hard time
I'm
about
not
it.
surprised.
Yeah. So, anyway, Vin and I were sitting in the office this morning having a conversation, and I don't even know how it came up. It was a Facebook advertisement.
ad. That's what started it. It's just a random
Whoa.
Facebook ad.
Well, maybe it's not so random. Maybe it's because it's something you need, and you've been searching for it your whole life. Anyway, it was this thing. Hold on. That Techniclip holster. Okay, so this started a conversation. If you're, hold on, now I gotta
Explain.
make sure that people know what we're not just talking about a Glock handgun. We're talking about this little doohickey right here that attaches to the back of the pistol and is a clip that
I wish I had one right now.
I know. It is a clip that mounts to your gun, so you just put said gun in your pants with a clip. First off, before we get into reviews and user experiences and so forth, is that a good idea?
In my opinion,
In your opinion?
no.
Okay. What about your professional firearms instructor opinion?
Still no.
Okay. What about in your common sense opinion?
Going by reviews, if I know nothing, it makes sense.
Does it attach to the switch? Gordon, you're fired.
If I know nothing and I read reviews, then honestly, probably.
Why does it seem to make sense if you read reviews?
Because there is a exorbitant amount of them that say it is absolutely perfect, easy, comfortable, and wonderful.
That it's the best thing ever.
It's the best thing ever.
I don't understand. Okay? So we got talking about reviews and, like, if that's all you had to go on, like, I'm new to guns. I'm new to concealed carry. I took a concealed carry class, and my instructor showed me all these super nice holsters from companies like CompTech or LAG or Filster. But these cost dollars. Like $50, $60, $70, $80, $100. That cost $20 or
Less.
something.
Yeah,
Less.
it was like $13.99 or $14.99, something like that.
And it has a bunch of
And
very good reviews.
I have reviews.
Okay, so let's paraphrase some of them for us,
Okay.
Vincent.
Oh, well, this one I'm just going to give you straight up. It's by Doc. That's his name.
Okay.
His name.
Thanks, Doc.
This is about the easiest concealed carry product on the market. It is simple to install, easy to use. If you do not want the bulk of a holster, this is the way to go.
Okay, so he is correct. It's simple to use and easy to install. Those are true statements.
I don't disagree with
Yeah,
that.
that's a very true thing. But if you don't want the bulk of the holster to protect you from shooting yourself, this is a great option.
The internet can tell me. That's the clip that clips on your belt. Hopefully. You're wearing a belt. Is there anything protecting the trigger? No. Okay.
No.
All right. Seems like a great idea. Great idea.
Clyde says, people who pay $20 for a holster and give it a glowing review simply because they are too cheap to buy or try an actual good holster. That is not wrong.
I don't disagree with
yes, at all. The problem I have with it, and it's, I say problem because people will look for this. This ad will come up for a brand new concealed carry student.
People wrote paragraphs about how
Yes.
awesome it is.
Paragraphs, multiple, and even spelled everything right. It's amazing.
Crazy.
However, somebody will say, I need a concealed carry holster. They heard, their phones heard them talking about concealed carry all day, and then that ad's going to pop up, and they're going to be like, jackpot, look at all of those good reviews. Oh boy, I don't know what that. I'm gonna Banadin. Yes, all holsters, good holsters, will. Hold on, look at this. First, let me just ease the tension on the internet. Okay, my gun is empty. All right. So, look at this. Goes in here. My trigger's covered. There's no way I can push that trigger. You can also hear it when it goes in there. Listen. It sounds so satisfying. All right? Hold on. Let's do this one. The other day I left my holster out here. Like half the day, yes.
That's awkward.
Look at that. Look at that. So nice. You just... Please. Seek professional help. Ask somebody. I even have a hard time just saying ask somebody who's knowledgeable, because if you're brand new, your neighbor who's the gun guy is knowledgeable to you, right? But is that true knowledge?
That neighbor could be Doc.
Yes, it could be. It's tough, man. Gordon says there's a reason Uncle Mike's still in business. That's not wrong. Where's your holster?
Which one?
Your super fancy deep carry concealment pocket protection device. Do you not have the Ruger LCP?
Not on there. No.
Oh, Vincent, you
I'm
failed.
Sorry. Here, I'll do a cool little magic trick.
Poof! I made him disappear. Yes. Clyde says, I'm a fan of Tenacore, but when I recommend them to folks, first question is, do you recommend anything under $30? We just had this conversation, I think this week, about spending good money on good gear. Oh, it was. Where the hell did my holster go? Because this holster, this is a Filster Pro, is broken. I broke it. Let's see. There we go. Okay. This is an $80, I think, holster. Not inexpensive. Not super expensive either. This is a $100 and something holster, right? For a light, and it's a nice holster. I broke this. I emailed Filster at 7 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. I got a response by 7:30 a.m. the next day. And they're sending another one. Not because I work here. Because they're good people and they believe in their product and all that stuff. You spend good money on good gear, it will treat you well, and you have resources to reach out to if you ever have problems. A company like Filster will walk you through the whole process of concealing your gun. Bam. Rich says, I'd rather spend $80 on a good holster than $8,000 in the ER. Yeah, that's not wrong. So, yeah, should you trust reviews? Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, I used to work in the video production world, and I would see fantastic reviews on certain cameras or lenses or carrying. Send it, Angel. Just do it. Hold on. And Angel's making all the noise.
Send it.
You're too short. You gotta
go for it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Good job, Angel.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, hey, hold on, Vincent. Go that way. That way. Watch this. No more. Oh, my camera's moving. Okay, here we go. And yeah, look at that. You're back.
Magic.
It's amazing.
Range magic.
Yes. So Gordon says belts are another thing people cheap out on.
True
Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of belts, you need to cut your damn belt. Oh no, you just moved it around. But still, you need to cut it. You're getting too skinny. And your belt's this long, Vincent. I mean, it's couldn't help myself.
Sorry, Mother.
Gail says those sorry, Peggy. Gail says those people should not be carrying. Yes
and no.
And no, right? Like
Also yes.
Yeah. If here's where I would say you probably shouldn't be carrying is if you came in and you showed us that, or let's say you asked our opinion. You brought this thing out like, man, look at this cool thing I got, and we politely explained to you that that's not a great idea, and here's why, like the reasons why. Not just I don't like it. It's the wrong color. I don't like orange holsters. That's garbage, right? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about legitimate reasons why that's not a good idea. And you're like, screw you, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, now maybe I'd say you probably shouldn't be carrying a gun. If we explain all the reasons to you, and you're like,
And prove it to you.
and prove it to you, which
I can
we
prove
can
it.
definitely do that.
Can do that.
And then you still decide, even though that all makes sense and I understand, but I still want to make the choice to do it this way, then that's on you. I think that's a terrible decision, but at least you understand the sacrifices that you're making by doing that. So,
It hurts me.
it does. Me too. Anyway, one very common way that we see people carry all the time that we don't love, it's safer than what that thing is. Also, we found another version of that clip thing on Amazon as well that had 10,000 reviews.
Hurts.
And 80% of them were 5 stars. Supposedly verified individuals, but who knows about that.
Yeah.
But still, 10,000
So if you know nothing and I see that, damn, that must be great.
Yeah, it has
Must be great.
4.89 stars out of 10,000 reviews. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yep. And then the weird part that I said in the office, that if somebody looks at that online at home on Amazon, because they typed in belt, clip, mounted, holster, gun, mount, whatever.
You're all getting spammed with ads right now.
Sorry, by the way. And that pops up. They see 10,000 5-star reviews. They're like, damn, this thing's freaking awesome. Well, I'm going to go to my class tomorrow and hang out with my cousin Vinnie and see what he thinks. And I tell you it's garbage. And I don't like it for a multitude of reasons. And I prove why I don't like it for a multitude of reasons. There's a small part of me looking on it right now. I kind of feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
I kind of do.
Look at this. I love it. Clyde, that's genius, and I've never heard it before. I will 100% be using this going forward. We call those people ask-holes. They ask for help or advice and disregard all the information. That's genius. I don't know if you came up with it, but you should.
It just,
you need to make money off of that.
It eats me because I feel like the bad guy in that, because they just saw 10,000 people that said this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then here I am saying
one person,
not good.
Just one person
and
saying
I'm
not
telling you to buy something that's $60.
Yeah.
When that was $10.99. Like, I can prove why my point makes sense though. Like, I can prove it. Like, I feel uncomfortable doing with what I'm doing right now.
What are you doing right now, Vincent?
I feel uncomfortable. I gotta make the internet happy. If not, they'll have an aneurysm.
Yes, the internet will explode. Janet, good morning.
I got a thing in my pocket. There's my mag. Fun fact, doesn't even freaking lock open without my help. Semantics. There you go, internet. Happy internet.
What's up, Grandpa Rick?
Yeah. Internet's happy. I have this cool thing. This is even marginally better than the other thing. Marginally. There's only one reason it's marginally better. Guess what I can't do? I can't pull the freaking trigger. The other one I could.
Yes.
So, marginally better. But I'm sticking this thing in my pocket. I demoted my phone over here now, which is depressing. But... That's not how it's supposed to work. That's awkward.
Yes. But how often does it happen that way?
Come to my advanced CCW and you'll find out.
Yes. A lot. And people will argue up and down, left and right. You're making it happen that way. Try, first off, just take your key fob and put it in your pocket. Oh. And then decide, watch the video that Liz and I did a week or 2 weeks ago or whatever. We're drawing from concealment. Try to play along with that and go from this position or even your hands down here and into your pocket and out in a second. And that's not having to clear a holster either.
Yep.
If you come to the advanced CCW class and you get put on a shot timer with that and it fails, and you get put on a shot timer with a real holster and you succeed, and you still decide to carry in your pocket because of whatever your own reasons are, good job.
Good job.
That's okay, right? At least in that case, the freaking trigger is covered up.
That counts for at least something.
Yes.
Counts for at least something.
If you decide, hey man, I wear a suit every day and I just don't want to take the time to put an Enigma on or a tuckable holster or something like that.
Take the easy way.
Yeah, I want to.
So be it.
I want to put it in my pocket. Then fine. You now know what the disadvantages are, and you are making a choice to go forward with it, which is fine.
The one thing I say in every class, especially CCW, when we actually talk about this topic, if you have this thing and you have this thing, and you tell me that this thing is the same thing as this, that's not true.
Yeah.
These are not the same.
Only in name.
They're not the same thing.
By the way, they called... This thing is also called a holster.
That's not a freaking holster.
No.
It's not a holster. These are not in the same category. This is far superior to this guy. Does this still do the job technically? Yes, it does. Does it have some severe limitations and disadvantages over this? Yes. Does this have some disadvantages to it? Yes, absolutely. Here's one thing. It's uncomfy.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Get over it.
If you want, I have never met anybody, for example, again, make the internet happy. Nothing's in there. Take out the empty magazine. There's nothing in there, internet. Just so the internet's happy. So, this and this. Just put things in perspective. It's about the size of the grip, give or take. Not what I would call a small gun by any stretch of the imagination. I magically feel more comfortable than I did earlier. Doesn't work that way. There's no world where I can take a gun, shove it in my pants, and I magically feel more comfortable than I did without a gun in my pants. So you're going to have to sacrifice comfort somewhere. You got to be willing to sacrifice that. And if this is as far as you're willing to go, is this little guy right here that at least protects the trigger. At least that. So be it. I have no problem with that. As long as you're willing to accept the disadvantages that it comes with. But if you tell me it's just as good,
just as good.
I don't know if I agree with that.
That's a fantastic statement most of the time.
I can prove that wrong.
Yes.
Very simple.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of you understanding the advantages and the disadvantages to your decisions. And not always just trusting the internet.
Clyde says carrying a gun isn't comfortable, it's comforting. Right? That's true.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I always tell people when I teach CCW, very similar thing. I don't care if you go out there and buy the ittiest bittiest little bitty gun.
Yep.
When you stick it in your pants, it's going to feel strange.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. You're not going to go out, especially as a brand new concealed carrier. Me, as somebody who does this every single day, if I'm going to try this holster for the first time, I can put it on me and have a pretty good idea if I'm going to like it immediately.
Yep.
But for you, if you're brand new to it, that is not true. You could buy a very, very nice holster that in a month or two of wearing it, you're going to think there's nothing wrong with having it on you at all. But in that moment, it's going to feel terrible.
Yep.
Because you're putting something in your pants. I mean, and
it's heavy.
I'm stopping. There. Yeah, and your belt goes a long way to help with that too, as Gordon pointed out.
Belts do help
Earlier. Speaking of which, we're twinning with our belts
we are
today.
twin.
Why'd you just push your pelvis towards me, Vinny?
You're welcome. Again, sorry, Becky.
I'm going to get a text from your mother later.
Probably.
Just so you know. So anyway, we were just having this great discussion in the back because honestly, we feel a bit like assholes sometimes because we will tell you just straight up that what you just spent money on, and sometimes it's a $10 or $12 thing that you wasted money on.
Sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it's not. I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday online who was asking for help in buying a gun, and she said, I don't know anything about guns. I'm a female. What gun should I buy? I'm thinking 9mm, but I'm not sure. And all sorts of, like, you should have this thing. You should have this thing. You should have a bodyguard. You should have a bazooka. You should have lots of small guns, lots of revolver stuff. And I was like, hey, why don't you go find somebody who does this for a living and ask them the question? And they will not just, they shouldn't, just blindly throw out, you need a Glock 19. Is that a great gun? Absolutely. Is that a great gun for everybody? Nope. Does it work for everybody? It might not meet all your needs. Go talk to somebody. Don't blindly take advice from somebody on the internet. That was weird. I legitimately thought there was a duck in here. Grandpa Rick's phone. His ringer is a duck quacking.
It's the most grandpa thing I've heard all day. Just a quiet moment and a duck.
And both of us are like, whoop, whoop. Don Fitz, good freaking morning, sir. Anyway, now I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. That's not wrong. Gordon says sometimes an asshole is exactly what's needed. That's very true. Because, that's where I was going, is sometimes people spend hundreds of dollars on a thing that is a terrible idea for them. I've given this example multiple times before. I'm going to try to do it real quick here. But we had a young lady in class one time, basic pistol class, and I don't remember who was teaching it. It might have been Liz, it might have been Vin, I don't remember. But I just popped in at the end of class and was just like, hey, hope you guys had a good time, hope everybody learned something, anybody have questions, blah, 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 blah. And this lady puts her hand up, and she's like, you, come here. And she was like old enough to be my mom, so I was like, yes, ma'am. And I marched right over there, and she's like, she holds up this little pink bag, and then she says, you guys sold me this gun, and I hate it. And I was like, we sold the gun? And she says, you, as in the gun community, the gun industry, that's a better way of saying it, sold me this gun. I went to a larger sports store that happens to sell handguns and said, I need a gun. And they said, this is a woman's gun because it's pink. And it was a little itty bitty gun that was also pink. And she went downstairs and she shot her gun, and it was not an inexpensive gun. It was a higher priced, it was a Kimber. And she hated it. And she blamed me, the gun industry. She's like, I shot their gun, pointing to the instructor, which was one of us, I'm pretty sure it was Elizabeth, and I loved it. It was great, and it was a full-size 9mm. But I was told this would be the better gun for me, and that's not true. She just took advice. She didn't know any better, and she thought she was asking a professional. I'm just going to say it. I'm sure there's some good ones that work at the larger retail centers at gun counters that are true professionals. But the vast majority of them are just like your sporting goods section person. You ask them about a tent, and they're like, I don't know. I've never used a tent before. Or you ask about these oars for a boat, and they have no idea. They're just there to help stock shelves and that sort of thing. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you walk in there expecting that person to be an expert. If you go to a place like, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the place in Kirkwood, Alpine Shop, right? That is stacked with people who hike and bike and kayak, and they work there because they're passionate about that stuff. Same thing that we have here. I mean, with the exception of Grandpa Rick, he's not very good. But if you come, the people that work here because they're passionate about what we do and about helping people get the right stuff and travel the path correctly, because it is a path.
Yep. It's a windy path.
It is a windy path, and then there's some jumps in there too. Yes. I don't know where I got this box of ammo, but right
it was there.
Okay. So anyway, just be careful of reviews, please. It's a good thing to look at, but with context. Okay, with some context. As always, we tell our students all the time, if you come across something that you just have to have, and it sounds like a good idea, send us an email with a link to it and a link to a video or a product page or whatever, and we'll tell you. I always warn my students, if you ask me for my opinion, that's what you're getting, is simply my opinion. And it might not line up with what you're hoping it to line up with. And I'm just going to be honest with you, right? That's what I'll tell you why I like it or why I don't like it or why I think I wouldn't like it if I don't have experience with it. I've never used one of those Technic clips. I haven't. I still will tell you it's a bad idea.
Yep. Or what I like to tell everybody, I'll tell you this really controversial thing. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know, and give me a couple days, and I'll go find somebody who does know the
Yes.
answer to your question and get back to you.
None of us will bullshit you.
I'm just gonna give you my honest 2 cents, and if you like my opinion, cool. If you don't, cool. But that's your decision. Just gonna give you my honest 2 cents.
All right. It's really 3 cents, Vinny, because it comes from you. It's so valuable.
You forgot about taxes.
Okay. Damn it.
Down to a penny and a half.
All right. Well, we're going to go away. We hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. If you need something, come on in and hang out with us. We got all sorts of cool stuff here. Everything in this store, do I love it? No. No. I'll tell you that. No big deal. I'm very confused.
Why?
Doesn't it look like his thing changed? Maybe not.
It is.
It does kind of look like it.
Oh no, that's definitely different. Wait, maybe that's a second account. Don? Are you on 2 accounts?
Are there 2 Don Fits?
Because one says
Don
yo,
Fits.
one says hi, Vinny.
Yes, that's kind of weird. And they look like different
pictures
pictures.
are different.
Yes. Anyway, squirrel.
Squirrel.
If you guys want to come hang out with us today, 14803 Manchester Road, we have a Vinny's teaching a concealed carry law review class today, which is an awesome class as a refresher for you as a concealed carrier. And for somebody maybe who doesn't want to go through the whole process of getting their permit, but they want to have a better understanding of the law. We've got that going on today, and we've got basic pistol, which is sold out. We have recently added a few more because our classes were all sold out, the basic pistols. So if you've been trying to get into one, look, if you are in one in like late December and you want to move to a new one, just let us know, training@therangeSTL.com. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning on this unusual Saturday morning live. You guys stay safe, be nice to one another. We'll catch you soon. Later. We got to be awkward, Vincent.